This is your government video for the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. So this is a copy of the Second Amendment. Take a second to go ahead and read this. This is obviously a fairly controversial amendment. One of the most controversial parts is, what is a militia? So liberals would say a militia is an armed force of some kind, either a National Guard or local police force, and they should have the right to bear arms. Conservatives might say anybody can be part of a militia. It's right for any individual citizen to be able to protect their government, protect their land and property should they deem it appropriate. So your basic gun rights are that the Second Amendment is an individual liberty, and you have the right to own a handgun in order to protect yourself and property. We have always had the right to use hunting weapons and things like that. But your right to own a handgun for personal protection is actually a fairly new interpretation of the Second Amendment. This, of course, is always weighed. Your actions are always weighed with public safety and national security. So if people are using their gun rights to harm others, to commit crimes, to threaten people, then you can obviously get your rights taken away. One of the cases we talked about was McDonald versus Chicago. The city of Chicago had a gun ban, a handgun ban for anybody who was not law enforcement. And the Supreme Court overturned that. And this is the first time that they said you have the right to own a handgun for self-protection, even if you're not law enforcement. And this incorporated that Second Amendment to the states. So remember, the original Bill of Rights only applied your rights to the federal government. So in McDonald, they used the 14th Amendment to then say that you have the right to the Second Amendment, and states and cities can also not restrict your Second Amendment rights to handgun for home protection.